Hi Dee. Hi everybody. We are just about to go out. I was going to do this slightly bit different. I was going to go to a different place today. Kyle, I'm coming in. But I didn't get a chance because I watched your live. And then I got a bunch of phone calls. Then I lost track of time a little bit, and now it's pretty late. It's 11:30 at night. The other place I wanted to go is not so much that it's so further away. It's only a 10-minute drive from here, but I wanted to do it much earlier in the night because at this time of the night there's stuff going on over there. There's a bar close by and they get kind of rowdy and loud, so I'm in the nursery with the rig I'm going to send you on Monday. This particular rig is a rectangle made out of plastic that holds the phone on the inside and has a bunch of the holes with the threads in it to hold other things around it, and I have the light hooked underneath the phone. From the last video, nothing has moved my skull and crossbones here. Kyle! And this one is for, I said that very lightly, Miss Lady Raven Moon. I'm going to yell Kyle. Here we go. Watch your ears. Kyle! Whoop! Now I'm going in backwards this time. I usually go in down by the swamp and come back out this way. Not sure why I do that. That's new. That big log right there. That's pretty new. I did a short video the other night. I came home from work and I just walked around with my flashlight and camera. Walked around the trail once, but nothing happened. And when I rewatched it, I didn't see any eyes or anything, so I deleted it. I don't know if I'm going to get anything this time, but when I do the long videos, I'm going to post them anyway, because I'm not going to go down through a long video at a quarter speed to see what I find. Kyle! That sounded like a stick being thrown. But it could have just fell out of that tree. There's a lot of dead stuff up there. I'm just pointing you here. All right. Now, Dee tends to walk with her big light under her arm pointed backwards so they don't sneak up on her. And then she can't understand why her light runs out of battery so fast. And I don't know if she doesn't realize she's not really turning it off or anything. Ever. I hold it in my hand without it on. And when I want to see somewhere or click or mess with the phone. But I'm in a very familiar woods right here, and I don't blame her at all for being in an unfamiliar woods and leaving all of her lights on at all. I'm not saying anything like that. But I can tell you, Dee, that your wrist brace that I'm about to send you makes the camera work quite different. I can't just turn my wrist to turn you sideways. I have to turn my whole arm. And I'm definitely holding you up. I'm holding you obviously with my hand, but I'm holding the weight of the camera and light with my bicep muscle and my tricep muscles rather than my wrist muscles. I'm still holding the phone in very close to my chest, kind of like resting my elbow on my side. Sorry, I keep stop talking. I'm not hearing anything, but I don't feel like I'm alone at all. That's why I clicked the big light on. And this definitely helps me not do this and look at the ground all the time. Seems like I'm pointing up where I should be more often. When I look down at the phone anyway, because I don't look at the phone very much. Every video, I mean, if you watch these videos back to back, it gets redundant, but it started off with tiny little sticks, and now they've started leaning bigger sticks in here, and now it's not even sticks, they're logs now. In the beginning of the summer, they were only like a foot long or 2 feet long. They were very thin, like a crayon. But now the sticks that they're leaning are far bigger. And it's 38 degrees out tonight, so I have some heavy clothes on and insulated pants. My boots are on, and I just saw something light colored move over there. Now you see how when I do this, especially that one right there, this stick that's leaning, you see when I try to look around a tree that thing's moving. When I'm not moving the camera and I'm moving that second light, you got to kind of watch out for that in the video, because it doesn't take much for this light beam. I can be pointing it at the same spot. See, kind of. I'm looking at the phone, but I'm pointing it at the same spot, but I'm moving my arm in and out, and you're going to see that shadow move even though it doesn't look like I'm moving any of the lights. So you have to be aware of that happening when you're watching the videos and you see something move. You have to look for something the same shape, like you can tell this is bent like this, and when I make it go on the ground out there, you can see that the two angles line up. You can see that the shadow angle lines up with this. So you got to look in the foreground to make sure that something in the foreground is not doing anything in the background. I still haven't walked over far enough to show you the spot. This is the spot. That's the bent pine tree, the first thing I noticed that was weird out here. I think I just showed it in my walk around video that I deleted, but I'll show it again. Right here, now I really don't feel alone. I'm going to keep on talking to see if I hear anything. Right here is my gifting spot. And that was 2 days ago. They still haven't taken apples. They haven't taken any of the stones or the deer horn. But up here, you can see that I have taken down my tripod that I made and laid all the sticks out right there to see if they would try to remake it or any such thing like that. And I was trying to explain that I took my teepee down because I had a dream that I was doing a walk around like this at night, looking around, and I saw a teepee made up like that. That's been there a long time, but a teepee, but it was a lot more sticks. So I decided I was going to make one just like it, except for I was going to embellish it a little bit. Well, when I got it done in my dream, I looked around with the flashlight and there was a female Kyle looking at me, and she had a cattail in her hand and she was holding it out to me. And then a male Kyle came running at me from the side, making a noise like it was yelling at me. And I quickly realized that he thought I was trying to outdo his teepee and win his girl away from him or something like that. So the next day I came out here and took my teepee down just in case the log building that they do is actually some type of mating ritual, I want to say, where they impress each other. And if not mating ritual, then maybe the one that builds the most elaborate ones gets to be the head of the clan. I don't know, but I don't want to be part of that, so I took mine down. All right. 13 minutes. The idea tonight, I had everything set up to go out to the other place, is I'm going to find a spot, and the last time it looked like they were hiding out by the swamp to look in at me when I panned across. Not that they're going to do that again, or they do it every time, but so what I'm going to do is pick a spot. I'm walking all over, not on my trail. Sorry, Kyle. Get on the trail, dummy. I'm going to pick a spot with a tree, looking the correct way. And in order for them to see, I know I'm not really even swinging you guys around where the light is, but here we go. We'll do one nice slow one. I'm standing on the Jeep trail. You see my breath, but I can't really help it. I don't expect that they're going to walk right up in the open. And they're going to come up where it's pretty hidden. So I think that little thing right there is where I'm going to put D this time. these. Okay. It's just balanced enough, D, where you can set the thing down on the ground. Alright. This. Mess up. Like that. YouTube. Your downloads. This place is always scary.
What's happening?
Okay, so I'm gonna set this.
Okay, they got some kind of something going on the other side of the lake here, but we're gonna hear some of it, so we might have to cut off the whistles.
Now, in order for them to actually see the screen,
the voices from here. Okay, that's close. Awesome sauce.
right? Hope I knocked you over. I'm sorry. There we go. There we go. Now,
Hey guys,
I don't know if
hi
you can
everybody.
see that, but I know you can hear it. So
Hello, hello, hello.
other thing out of my pocket.
Oh man.
I know they know what this looks like, and so do you.
Oh god, sorry, I got just pants. Hi everybody, just joining.
But I'm hoping that with the video, if they're not already watching me.
I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I already put a glow ball down there. A glowing cat ball. And I'm gonna go into the woods here soon. I don't want to walk all the way down this way. Hello, everybody.
I just got a very loud, very long howl out there. Out there towards my
which it did fall from there, so
lawn. Okay, I just saw the thing go off, so.
Hi everybody, just joining.
Okay, so I have D running, and I have, if they're going to come try to look at the screen, they're going to have to walk in front of that trail camera. Whoop! Kyle! That long howl could actually have been. I'm going to walk back this way around my trail. Let D run like a second walk away because I've downloaded that one. She's not hooked to my phone this time. Kyle! Whoop whoop! Now it rained last night. That's why I didn't go out last night. And of course I was going to watch D's live because she now honored me with being a moderator. So Of course, I'm going to watch her live in case somebody needed some hiding. And there's always some dummy that says something. Most of the time, Miss Karen takes care of it. Or one of the other moderators, but if they don't see it after a couple of seconds. Or if the person's last week, somebody was talking about the ZOZO DEMON. As soon as he said that, he was gone. I don't think anybody else probably knew what he was talking about, but I did. We don't need that. So, I watched her live tonight. That's why I'm out here so late. At one point, I was watching her live on my lives on my tablet. And I would just sit there and watch her lives and have my phone looking at the tablet because all I had was a flashlight half as strong as this one. And I was basically sitting in the dark watching her live out here in the woods. And the first actual long video I tried to take out here, or one of the first, I tried to take a video longer than 2 or 3 minutes. The crazy Luna cat, the white cat, showed up. She's been living with me ever since. And sleeps in the bed and brings me mice and moles and rabbits. That, of course. I just noticeably saw, still got 3 bars, but I noticeably saw everything get darker in here. So I'm guessing that I went from all the way bright down to medium. They're not doing anything to my batteries that I can tell. Kyle! I didn't yell that time, Miss Lady Moon. Lady Raven Moon, I should say. She's like, tell everybody when you're going to yell Kyle because it scares the shit out of me and makes me jump, spill my coffee. Alright. I see up in this oak tree a lot better than I could before. I think there was a baby up in there one of the times I was doing it. Because every time I looked up there and got close to the tree, they made noise and tried to lure me away. I'm not sure if you guys know what a killdeer is, but it's a type of bird. It's gray with black and white markings. And they make nests on the ground. And if you get close to that nest, they act like they have a broken wing and they hobble away from you. They act like they're hurt, and when they run away from their nest and make you chase them away from the nest, and then when you get too close to them, they fly away. But that's what was happening when I got too close to that oak tree and kept looking up. They threw sticks and made noises. I actually have to kind of point this down to see where I'm looking. Sorry if I'm pointing you up in the air. I'm not used to this, and I never will be, because come tomorrow I'm going to be stupid tacks in the trees. Dang. I'm going to be sending this to Dee. I have a couple of bolts to buy so she can hook things to it if she wants to. I know she likes her tripod that I sent her with the handle on it, but that thing's not going to last forever, and it's pretty heavy. And it does not, I did not make it at all with her carpal tunnel in mind, because she didn't say anything about it. Now this is a two-part investigation. I've done this before and left Dee running out there. Last time I did it with an older phone of mine, but there was not enough light for that phone to see at night. So I figured the only way I was going to see anything was if something leaned really close, put its face close to the tablet, then it would show up. Nothing did, but I did hear that very high-pitched sound that I heard. I can hear way out to the highway now that there's not so many leaves. My normal breathing shows up in front of this and goofs it all up. So I did hear that very long, kind of high-pitched howl out this way. It could have actually been across the street, and nothing answered it. And I haven't heard anything running around out here. Can't believe it's been half an hour already. Deer skull, that I call the skull and crossbones. Kind of funny that it ended up like that, but every once in a while something knocks it all over, so I'd come and build something a little bit different out of it. I don't know if they're intelligent enough to be playing a game with it or what, but watch your ears. Kyle! Whoop! Whoop whoop! The leaves are not very crunchy today like they were when I did my walk around. It was crunch, crunch. That's another reason why I deleted it, because it was annoyingly loud for me walking. The phone could hear my footsteps better than it could hear my voice. But I just took one lap around here, which only takes 20 minutes. I was just walking. I was not stopping or anything else other than a couple of times to listen. This is the way I normally walk out. Right here past this little pine tree. Now this is where I thought I heard that howl come from. And this is the path I usually go in on. Which is right down by the swamp. Kyle! Whoop! I don't have to worry about my trail camera hearing a noise or anything, or ruining stuff. So I'm going to do a long, loud yell right here where I heard that coyote or wolf, whatever it was, make a noise. So watch your ears. Woo! I've said it before, and I'll never say it enough times. I don't like doing that. I'm not super sure I want to call a dog man to me. But if there were coyotes within earshot, usually they'll go off if you do something like that. All right, I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it higher pitch this time. So watch your ears. Woo! I immediately heard footsteps in the leaves. Hear that barn owl out there? That actually did sound like a real owl this time. Didn't have something weird added to it. Kyle! And I know my voice. Yeah, see how much brighter that is there? Hear that owl? That owl's right out in front of me there. So I did notice that my light went down to medium. I hate that it does that after about 10 minutes or so. Let's see, my house is that way. Your house is that way. Where am I right now? So right out there. Not sure. You're going to see it flashing. There must be, right there, there must be a car in that parking spot. Out by the road. Probably just scared the hell out of him with my yell. Poor people. You hear that owl? He's in the hemlocks. Kyle! Like I said in my other one, I think the owls like it when I'm in here because I might scare up a rabbit or something and get them moving around. And that should be a barred owl, B-A-R-R-E-D. You can look it up and see what the noises that it makes. It goes whoo brrr, at the end, like that. Brrr. I'm sorry I keep breathing in front of the camera, but he's loud. Definitely getting closer to him. He's right out there where Dee is playing, and it's not bothering him apparently. Kyle! Whoop whoop! I know if Kyle heard me yelling or any of the loud ones, that if he's anywhere around, he can hear me through this whole woods. I don't have to really yell loud. One of these times I'm going to get him to say Kyle back to me, or whoop whoop, one or the other. I did hear in my impromptu video, I did hear him say whoop whoop, whoop whoop, like that. And when the second that I went off the trail and started following that whoop whoop, they mind screwed me, and you have to watch that video to see what happened. But that was not funny. I did not like that at all. Well, Dee, I can say that this armrest thing that I made does use muscles that I don't normally use. It definitely does. Because I'm getting fatigue on muscles that I don't use in my daily life. Did not use. Unlike you, my wrists are pretty strong, but to hold my wrist straight like it is causing fatigue way up by my elbow for those muscles that I don't normally use at work. So even this rig is going to take some getting used to for sure. I'm not hearing anything going on in these woods. So I'm not sure if that initial howl must have been across the street, but it did not involve any coyotes. But it did sound like the way a coyote does howl, very high-pitched and warbly. Not like the... Fuck is up. And you see that right in front of me, right there in the middle of the screen? That thing's only got 3 leaves on it. By me moving it around like this and seeing it at an angle, just one of those leaves looks like it was something that was creeping out from behind the tree. That scared the crap out of me for a second. It looked like a big ear coming out from behind a tree. And I noticed that my eyes, when I do it this fast, when I'm turning this fast, my eyes are looking, darting. But when I look at it in the video, it looks like I'm whipping you across like that, but I'm not really. I gotta go much slower. If I want you to see what I'm seeing, I have to go very much slower. Sometimes I get excited and I can't. You're lucky that you can even see the bigger light, and I'm not just swinging it around looking where I want to like that and holding the phone steady. $40. Wow. Dee's phone ran out of juice, and I know she has plenty of things that she can plug her phone into. I was going to say I could hear talking. I could hear Dee talking on the video. Okay. I just heard an owl way across the street on the other side of the road. I have not heard that owl that was in here in the hemlocks, right in here somewhere, in a while. He's probably going to do it right above my head and scare the crap out of me. Kyle! Phone over this way. I can hear the video going, but I cannot see the light from the video. Just had to duck under a spider web, sorry. This is about as close as I get to the swamp on my path. So out into the woods. You could tell in here is a bunch of big hemlocks, and this right here is a brown birch or paper birch, whichever you call it. There's a few cedar trees in here. Dee is playing out there, but you really and truly have to because I got it so that this big log right here, they can come kind of hide up behind it and listen to her, sneak a peek. If you got to sneak a peek at her, she's going to have to get out here by this big tree over here. And this is something like you were talking about, Dee. You're right over there on the ground. But all this stuff right here, they can hide behind and look at your video. Try to get up close, but right there is the trail cam. So if they get right here where I am, for sure, if you watch, you'll see that thing. Oh, it just took a picture of me. See. But like you said, Dee, they have slowly been ripping the bark off of this thing. I sawed that limb off because I was afraid it was gonna deadfall on me. But since then, it's slowly been torn away by something. Could just be woodpeckers and such, but anything looking for a meal of grubs or termites.
I need this light behind me. Okay, so I have a light.
Here we are.
See how I got it pointed.
There she's playing again, and it took me just over 20 minutes to go around. So I'm going to do it one more time. Oh, heck with it, I'll go I'm going to go down the Jeep trail, off of my trail and down the Jeep trail this way. Instead of going around again, I'm going to come over here. I don't like going off my trail, but this is a big wide Jeep trail right here, so it's still kind of technically a people thing. I won't go off it unless I have to. Kyle! Whoop whoop! I'm going to do a little bit more of whooping the camera around a little bit because I have more stuff to trip over and step over and walk around. But Kyle's not used to me walking out this way. At night anyway. I do it in the daytime because I did my walk around video. I showed all the wood structures that are out on this end of the woods. And because where I'm walking right now, in the summertime it's very wet in here. There's a spring that feeds this. Right now I have boots on, but it's not something you can do with sneakers. The Jeep path, come out here, and then at some point they made an open spot, but it's no longer an open spot out here. It's very grown over. All the trees and stuff are 20 feet tall. Kyle! Whoop whoop! Now I would have to say that since that grew up so thick in there, that the Kyles could live out in that easily, because there's no way that a human's going to comfortably walk through that. It's certainly nothing is going to get through there without making a ton of noise. This is about as far as I can go. You can see that it has all grown up. And that right out there, if you want to zoom in, you can see the goldenrod and stuff that used to be a field, but now all that stuff is filled right in good. Impossibly, you cannot walk through it. There's no trails. There's deer trails that go into it, but they're so low to the ground that you can't walk as a normal human standing up. You can't walk through them. Kyle! I came way out here. can just barely hear D in the very distance. And you can't really see, you might be able to if you're doing it on a TV, but out there I can see clouds in the sky. But unlike D, I don't attract them. I more scare them than anything else, I guess. I don't think they're really even curious about me anymore. I gotta do something about breathing. I gotta make my breath go down or something because it keeps getting in front of the camera. But I gotta do something a little different. I think they're totally bored of me, and as soon as they hear me saying Kyle, they know who it is, and they don't come and be curious anymore. If they're even here, they're not taking the apples. You think something would take the apples, even if it was deer or squirrels. They were taking apples and marshmallows like crazy in the beginning of summer, but they have slowed way down, and now they're not doing anything. That was me. But they've made some pretty impressive structures out here, like that one right there. Leaning all that stuff. But I partially want to say, partially don't want to say, I don't know, because every time I say it in my video that I think they probably go south from here, away from here, to get away from the more cold, bitter snow. They don't have to go very far to get away from it. You just got to get away from Lake Ontario. I'm way off the trail now. But they don't have to stay here at all. You know, 1 or 2 nights of them just walking south from here, and they have more big open, wide open patches of state land where nobody's going to be, and it's going to be a lot warmer for them for the winter time, and probably more food source. But what do I know? Every time I say I think they probably migrate south for the winter, because that's what I would do, I end up seeing eyes or movement or shapes when I go through the video. But I don't hear or see anything with my own eyes. Had to break that tree. I just tripped over that. Had to break the limb off it to keep it from tripping me and going on my face. It'll get me for trying to walk as I look up in the trees. Dumbass. D loves it when I call myself a dumbass. That's my favorite name for myself. And one of the reasons I don't think that I see things in the woods is because my brain is so analytical that every time I do see something, I either make up what it could be in my head. Oh, that's just a stump, or that's just a weird looking tree, or those eyes are one of these stupid tacks. Like right there. I look in the phone, I can't see those tacks very much, but when I put it on my TV, you can see them things far away. I look around and look around. It's necessarily staring at things, but I like to think I'm pretty observant, being a trained observer and all. But I think they rely on us being analytical and not understanding, or even not wanting to see what we're actually seeing will cause you to not see it. All right. 56 minutes. It's going to be an hour before I get a hold of Dee and turn her off. Kyle! Whoop whoop! Well, there's her video playing right there. You can see it. Hello. Her video is a minute or an hour and 6 minutes, but I started my video on the way in, so I don't need to go that long. All right. At least this is very easy.
I don't like these noises.
I do.
That's the worst noise on the planet right there.
There we go. Bent over and sinuses drained into my freaking throat. Okay. Tablets away. Switch hands, grab this stupid thing. This won't go off if it's in my pocket. Here we go. Excuse me. We're going to go down here real quick. We don't give them a chance to do anything. I'm going to give you one good look around. One good slow look. So Dee, I did hear an owl when I first started and a howl when I first started your video. But that sounded like an actual coyote howl. And I did not come up with anything I could see or hear that was Dogman or Kyle related out here tonight. So if you're doing like I told you to do and watch the last few minutes, that's the update. There's a car behind me right now. So just another walk through the woods with Ralph. And I did not see or hear anything, which is my normal. We'll see what pictures. I'll post the pictures that the game camera took, even if they're just me. And I'll see y'all later. Have a good night.